gonna be a very triggering video.
Alright.
Oh boy, no sir, don't cry already.
You sure you? God, we're asking you for
I
release.
can't like. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, and in this week's video we'll be exploring toxic relationships. Welcome back to all our old subscribers. Thank you so much for joining the family. We love and appreciate you guys. And to all the new viewers, don't forget to click that subscribe button and join the family. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. For those of you that don't know, I'm Tara.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Sharna. What you look for before?
What was that? It
And
sounded
I'm
like
Sharna.
a fish. That's bad.
I'm Sharna.
No, but you have to say the and I'm Sharna better.
And I'm Sharna.
And in this week's video, we'll be exploring people like her that are toxic. Yeah, so toxic relationships.
And what?
Me not do what?
This is gonna be a very triggering video.
Alright.
Oh boy, no sir, don't cry already.
You sure you? God, we're asking you for
I
release.
can't, like, honestly, what is this?
Alright. So let's each give our own definition of toxic. You going to go first?
Well, I didn't even know you're gonna give me no time to prepare or nothing.
Alright, fine. I'll go first.
Sure.
So toxic to me is something, it describes something that is not good for
Alright, we can go first.
Alright.
No, you never want to go first, so shut up now, man.
We don't know what team I'm gonna
So
say.
toxic for me is something that is not good for a specific condition.
We can go first.
I'm medicine.
We can go
So,
first.
shh. Something that is bad. Something that is
What happened to you? What happened to you?
something
Watch
that
out,
is good.
Magazish.
Something it just not good for the situation where you're in or it just can't make things better. Yeah. If anything, it makes things worse. Yeah.
This video is chaotic.
Go ahead.
Toxic to me is something that is hazardous, something that's poisonous, something that's dangerous, something you should stay away from because it will ruin your life. And if it doesn't ruin your life, it will ruin something about you.
Okay.
I thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Tower used all of the synonyms, so I have nothing to say.
Find other synonyms.
Anyways, toxic is anything with them just said.
No, what's toxic to you?
They literally just say
We need to hear
everywhere.
from you. We need to hear from you.
Toxic is something not good for you. Hazardous, dangerous, poisonous, you're just not good.
It's
It's not good.
just not
It's
good.
giving the girls lethal.
Yeah.
It's giving the girls
Fatality.
you're finna die. It's giving the girls coffin. It's giving the girls funeral. Okay? That's what it's giving.
Alright, so we're not going to really explore relationships as in boyfriend and girlfriend, but just relationships on a whole. Yeah.
So that includes friendships.
Friendship.
Yes, because
mother,
a lot fathers.
all the relationships out there.
Yeah. So let's start off with something soft, like parents. Parents. Is that soft though?
No,
How-
that's kind of heavy. Because
Heavy.
the entire boomer generation. You know what? Let's just.
Let's start with-
I'm looking like boyfriend and girlfriend light.
Boyfriend and girlfriend life?
Yeah, you like it on friends and parents.
Definitely.
Okay, but I thought we weren't really gonna talk about it. Anyways,
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about it with this.
so they said boyfriend and girlfriend. We should start with that because that's light. Do you think, let me ask this question before we actually start off with that though. Do you think it's easier to let go of that's toxic?
In
Your
terms of gender?
parent, a friend or a boyfriend, or a girlfriend?
A friend.
Think about what you're saying before you say it.
I think it's a romantic relationship.
Yes, that is the hardest toxic thing to let go.
A romantic relationship?
Yeah. You ever know a toxic relationship before?
Toxic relationship? No.
Well,
So
I'm
you
like,
can't
wow,
really-
years and 6 farm years. Wow.
So you can't relate.
Satisfied.
Toxic
My
relationship.
experience toxic relationships between,
I
I mean,
talk about toxicity. It's about I don't know.
I experience it through, you know.
Oh, through our
Second
stories.
time.
Yeah.
Well,
Never been, wow.
count your blessings. Toxic,
Michelle.
but that's how we go through food now, so and then like when we 30 any damage when we woman drop out and everything. Anyways, so we all agreed that the hardest thing to let go of is a romantic relationship that's toxic, rather than your parents or a
Wait, you
friend.
just the hardest?
Yes,
It's not the hardest.
yes, it is.
Easiest. Not
That
easy
is not
to
the
say.
easiest to let go of.
You just
I didn't ask you, you know?
No.
you say what is easier to let go of? Romantic relationships, friendships, parents,
Toxic. What easier?
I would
It's
say
easy for me to
romantic.
that's not the easiest thing to let go of.
So what's the easiest?
You got them to
Friends.
just
That's what I
A
said.
harder.
But
Okay,
are you
just to say.
that you just asked?
I'm hungry, sorry. Yeah. So the easiest relationship to let go of that's toxic is friendship.
Yes.
Yes. That's what I would say. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I think it's easier to let go of a toxic friend than it is to let go of a toxic parent, especially if they're providing for you, and a toxic relationship, as in boyfriend and
I mean,
girlfriend.
with friends though, it can be hard because suppose
Yeah.
I like I want close friend.
Yeah, it depends.
And you have years to that.
Yeah.
No, but it depends. One thing about people, them not leave them friend alone, but them can't leave them man alone. One thing about people,
Never lie still.
if that ain't a lie, them can easily get up and cut off them friend for something simple, but make them man or them woman. No, hard, can't do it.
I still can't understand how people choose them it's with them relationship, them romantic relationship.
I
over-
can.
Because you can't compare with pillow talk. Nothing
Exactly.
can ever be compared to pillow talk.
The intimacy that you have in a romantic relationship
They
is
can't
not the
get it
same
from
from
friends.
a platonic friendship.
Okay.
Yeah, but like, okay, so what are the characteristics of a toxic relationship to you guys? Toxic relationship in general.
Okay. Let me not ask you this one.
And obviously abuse, all of them. Verbal, physical, you know.
Mental.
A whole lot, all of the
Yeah,
abuse.
mental abuse?
Mhm. I guess it will fall under emotional abuse.
Oh, probably.
And like you said, gaslighting.
Gaslighting. People that are narcissistic.
People who don't want to compromise.
People who never see anything wrong with what they're doing.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're always blameless.
Yeah, and like you try to tell them that okay, this is what you did and I didn't like it, and they're going to try and turn it around and make it seem like you're the one that caused them to behave in that manner.
People who are too aloof. Like you're nonchalant to even when the
Oh my
situation
God.
need you to communicate or show.
I
you care.
hate a nonchalant person. Not hate them like I hate you so bad, but the nonchalance is like annoying. Like it will drive people crazy because how is it that you're supposed to be reacting and there's no reaction? It's like I'm talking to you and you're ignoring me, and that takes anybody off. You know, not the hard face give characteristics. No.
But yeah.
There are so many stuff. People that are mean, people that
Who throw what they do for you in your face.
yes, and people that use stuff that you tell them against you.
You said use and users to people who use you.
Yeah.
Like use for benefits and stuff.
My
That's
God.
a heights are toxic.
People
Take you out.
are terrible.
Take you up and put you back down when them feel like come like a sweater. If my cold me use you, when I finish my trade down, when cold again, I take you up.
Mhm.
And funny, we as sweaters, we just there waiting for the time to get cold to be used. It be like that.
Because it's a good feel when somebody needs it.
Yeah.
How do you detect a toxic relationship? Because sometimes people in it and them don't realize.
Yeah, that's true. As me say last week, some of us we love red. We love to see how red the flag can get. And like personally, I'll always love to see the good in people, even when they show me that they're dog poop. I'm just like, wow, but the poop can change to chicken or something edible, or I don't know, I feel like I can makeshift the poop, yeah, into what I want it to be. Even when people show me that I'm the worst kind, I'm a vulture, I still believe that there's room for change. I believe in you, and I believe that you are able to change, and I'll just wait on a little bit to get your stuff together.
Okay. So as Christians now, how do you end a toxic relationship without there being malice or hard feelings?
That's like extremely difficult to achieve.
Yeah, I'm not even going to lie and say that in the beginning, like in the first couple months after you end a toxic relationship, there is going to be some type of hard feelings, some type of malice. But as a Christian, though, you're not supposed to let it go on. You're supposed to go and make it up with your brother. But it's hard.
Me not do that.
Me not think me not.
But what does the Bible say about it though?
It takes time, you see it, and everybody may do that with. I have one specific friend, like, Jano, I just can't leave that friend there alone. Like, even if I say, yo, I'm not ever talking to this person again, I do talk to the person. And I want like one genuine love when I have for them. But I don't know if because like I understand them on a level or whatever. But like, if I say I'm done with somebody, I'm done. And like, there's no going back. That's just me. But we talk to people when they do me stuff, but it takes me a while to get over stuff. Like, I'll think I am fine. And I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna have a person and then I see them, I'm vexed, I'm angry, I'm gonna get vexed all over again.
How long is a while for you?
I don't know, it depends. It depends on how deep the damage is or whatever. And I mean, if the person does me something and them act like they never do me nothing, I want to talk to me like, never happened, don't tell me sorry and them something there. Is it crack cocaine? Why are you trying to talk to me? Why? I would get real disrespectful, but
don't you think that they're doing the right thing? Kind of try to come back, come talk.
But it's the way that you're coming back. You can't, you know. You have to come back like the prodigal son, humble, pioneer and a beg. No, no, no.
Not the prodigal son.
No.
So, remember we don't say Jesus, please.
And there are toxic people that do stuff to you. And I don't know if it's their way of justifying what they do. Like when them come back and act like nothing happened, are you supposed to be okay with what happened because they reach out to talk to you? You're supposed to be fine. You're supposed to feel privileged. You're supposed to feel loved that they reached out to you. But what if it's a test from God to see if you're still stupid? And the Holy Ghost be like, ah!
Have you ever been stupid?
Tired for food.
Oh God.
Menke.
Clown.
Nonsense.
Idiot.
Cue the clown nose over here. Please. Cue it. Not anymore though, those stuff teach you.
So you think that God puts the toxic relationships in our lives as like a test, or?
No, I definitely didn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna feel like God
would never. But God has shown the red flag them from earlier and then they must say, yo, look at this.
Does God test your faith?
In terms of toxicity?
As in, like, let's say it's a toxic relationship that involves peer pressure, and it's not, and the other person is not a Christian or an unbeliever.
And the other person is not a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
If God were?
In a test your faith. Or I don't think God is strictly the devil.
That can be God too, but like
God's never helped with the wardrobe something.
That can be God too. So I was like,
it can be God too, because like as I say, He knows that okay, if I put this person in her path, she can learn from this, or it can crumble her, right? And as I say, He must show you the red them and I say, this is what you need to stay away from. This is what you need to let go. But I don't know what's about danger. You're like, let me just see a little bit. Let me just test it out a little bit and see. And it's dangerous. And you're like, wow.
So what are your views on being the bigger person as a Christian?
Look how me little and sure, me not gonna be the bigger person.
It's tiring when you constantly have to be the bigger person. Why you can't be the bigger person just one time?
No. I'm pretty
brains.
sure that God wants us to be the bigger person.
Every
My
time
fat
so?
now.
Yes.
My easy for outer break. I never know nobody. My fat now, no. Those days are gone and those days are done and over with. The time for people start running me down now. Man, not hard to catch my fat. How far can I go?
So you think that simple things like that can keep us out of heaven?
Of course.
so,
You know, so you can talk to the people. I'm gonna know if I got this or what, but I'm gonna make me somebody vex. I'm gonna talk to the person again. They're popping up in my dreams. Intense stuff. Like, me want to say, hey, I know we don't talk, it's been a while, but I dreamt about you that you died, and I just want to see how you're doing. That's not gonna look like me a big friend, but really and truly,
honestly,
it's about that, sis.
it's
bro.
always in the dreams. People who I don't talk to.
I'm just like, God, why? Why you do it? But I reach out to sis still, or bro still, but cool. Me usually do it. Me used to do it,
Other thing one, and then me feel like you put it in a situation wanna have it end up talk.
me used to do it, but me stop.
That not for you.
I guess it's because I really and truly don't have a desire to reconcile with this person. And I don't want him to feel like a friend me a beg, because that's not the
No, because honestly, you know, because if it's a toxic relationship we put you through enough, then carry you through hell and high water, you're not gonna want to go back in it. You're gonna find it hard to be the bigger person. You're not gonna want to make it look like a big friend. So I understand when I say yes.
But like you said, that's what God wants. He wants us to be the bigger person.
You have to pray for
Hurry
that
up
strength
and
then.
end up that video because nah gonna make una call me down for text nobody. Come on,
When I say it's
no,
just
but
that-
me I feel
yeah, feel some
me I
type
feel
of way.
weird.
But if he really wants to be the bigger person, and we feel like with being the bigger person, it makes you humble. Like it teaches you humility. Because in your head you say, why can't they? But then God has say, why can't you?
But then, so how you deal with that then? Let's say you be the bigger person and the person is not receptive
You get
to
shame
you, and you feel embarrassed.
What does that scripture say that say go before God accept your offering and you make it up and whatever, if they don't accept whatever, that's a plan for them problem for them shoulder. So
yeah, but
see,
then
that's why we just say you take the
suppose
first step.
as somebody like me, and then them behave like they want to style me, and then no, they're gonna get real funny and style them back, and then the relationship is gonna push
Further away.
So what is that telling you to do as a Christian?
Not
Don't
be rude.
be a don't
be
do
funny,
what they
just
do.
stay neutral.
You
But
see,
we can't
the
take
scripture we just
shame,
read,
dog.
do not render
It
evil for
rough.
evil.
I don't really render evil for evil.
So what are you doing?
Melissa, no, you can't take my 2 stripes. You understand?
Alright, so as a Christian.
Screenshot me and send around in a group chat when people laugh after me. Nah, that's a very show.
So it's a pride thing?
Then set you up.
I want pride thing, I'm not joke.
I sure, I pride.
thing.
I pride.
And it's hard for you to reach out to somebody toxic, especially if you know that you are not the one that wronged them. Why can't you be the one to say to you, okay, I'm sorry for doing this to you and that to you, da da da. Why me have to be the one to make you,
And then
to prompt you, to know say you do me something wrong?
And then suppose when you end the relationship, your life actually better. Why you go want to contact
bro.
them? Jesus.
I mean, being the bigger person, that means we're going to be back friends.
Change my number, that life has come to an end.
In the meantime, we're not going to have the same type of relationship. It's just that
You just want to make
Y'all
sure say,
are cordial.
yeah, we make sure say, listen, no hard feelings.
But I can be cordial
I
with a
forgive you.
person that did me wrong. It just depends on the way that they approach me and what it is that they say. Because ain't no way you're gonna come act like me your friend. Because me is not friend, so don't come friend me up. Like there was this one time, but I'm not wrong for this. But I'm not a fake person. if me not like you, you're gonna know, and if me like you, you're gonna know. So there was this girl and she was talking about stuff about me, but she didn't know that I knew. This was somebody that I considered a friend. Anyway, sis saw me in Mandeville and we made eye contact. So obviously she see me, me see she. She was walking with some people and she opened her mouth like she was gonna say hello to me, and I made up my face and she closed her mouth. And she kept it pushing because ain't no way you're gonna say hi to me and you talking about something about me and you're gonna see me and hear me like all is well. It's not.
I mean, in
Don't
that
say hello
case,
to me.
in that case, me know why you can't say hello to me.
Right.
Either.
So
Because
you don't think I was
me.
wrong for shutting it down before it. I can't be fake. More than going to blast her right there. So in front of people, they must say I talk about things about me. Wait, what it do, sis? What you gotta say now? Nah.
For real, me know.
But
What would you do?
But is that the godly thing? I would do the same thing, but is that the godly thing?
But what would the godly thing be in that situation? What
to say hello, even though I know that my heart is not with said person.
Or to just say, if she did say hello, just say, listen, I do not
No,
want
I
to
never have
speak
them
to you
time
right
there,
now.
but it
That,
fast.
But it's better than what she did.
Oh, I
How is
was
it
on a
better?
fast move. No.
Because you're communicating properly.
When I have nothing to talk about. When they don't talk about me with the people, them, were you communicating properly then?
Like, see, you're not going to be like her.
But it's not being like, alright, Chanel, the girl say, I'm about to say hi. Why you don't want to hear hi from her?
She'll go say hi, but listen, right now,
Hi, the blood of Jesus. It's
I rebuke you.
Rebuke you now.
right now,
Get
I
away
heard what
from
you
me.
were doing, and I'm just not in the space right now to speak to you.
As I said, fast move. Me depart. Me not chatting to nobody. Business me I gotta deal with. And
Yeah, something else sticky. So alright, so as a Christian, how do you think you should let go of a toxic relationship?
By the way, drop your perspectives in the comments. We want to see what you guys think.
Yes, please, thank you.
I don't know nobody bash me, you know.
So please, how do you let go of a toxic relationship as a Christian?
I think the best option for you to do is to pray because that takes strength.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I would even explore the parents, them, the toxic parents, them.
We can go to that, yes.
But I think you have to pray for strength to like be able to really leave the relationship and bring your pride with you or whatever pride is like.
Got to show you what to do.
Yeah, just how do I maneuver this
Like God,
situation?
if I do this, because I feel like the reason why people don't let go of is they don't know how to cope after they do it.
Yeah.
So God, teach me how to cope with this when I do it.
Yeah, I do
Yeah,
pray
and
for
I feel
stuff
like
that
it's easier if you
too.
just let go, but then it's harder if you let go and not carry feelings as a Christian.
Like, yeah, or even let go and it doesn't like rip you up inside. Like, as somebody that you talk to every day, you know, somebody this way you love, you know, and you
I know you guys build connections.
yeah, you know what it's like when you and somebody. That's why I can understand why people still
Where they
stay or keep their exes close or their ex friends close or whatever, because everybody loves familiarity. As somebody this way talk, just imagine you get up and you talk to the person every single day and you say, okay, I'm finna leave, and you leave. Next day come, ain't nobody texting you, you're lonely.
You're in a
you
completely
feel like
different
fish
space.
out of water, you don't know what to do with yourself, so you always like. One time my friend made a post, me no want quote him wrong, I think him said something like, don't make loneliness make you run back to toxic people. Because 9 out of 10 times that's what happens. Like, you're lonely and this person knows you, they understand you, they know everything about you. Them tell you the worst things, them say at your worst, and fine.
Then all of a sudden, they pull the rug from under you. You literally have no footing. And I guess that's in that part of the letting go process is where you grow. Because where you're uncomfortable, there's growth.
That's true.
You start to learn how to do new things. You start talking to different people. You learn how to to build friendships. You learn more about yourself. How do I react when this happens? Or, you know, I feel like that's why people run back.
And I mean,
Honestly.
sometimes when you're in the relationship, you know, you pick up the signs, but you try to stay and say, see if you can work through it or see if you can change the person. But then You realize, say,
like you can't change a person that doesn't want to be changed.
Yeah.
And toxic people hardly realize that what they're doing is like hurting other people. Like me can tell you, say, I don't like the way that you carry yourself, but in your head you look good. You're not gonna change that because of something me say. You know, I can say to you, I don't like the way that you talk to me when you're angry. I don't like when you smash stuff. It makes me feel unsafe, or what is unsafe a word? Endangered. Makes me feel like I'm in danger. But to the person, what they're doing is helping them to release anger, and in that moment, they don't really care about how it affects you. So, I mean, it can show a person that what they're doing isn't the best way to do what they're doing, but because they don't see anything wrong with it, they're not gonna change it just for you.
Yeah, I feel like in the case of a toxic relationship, the best thing is for you to like talk and pick out the differences, see if where you can fix, and if you can't fix, adjust so.
Yeah,
like,
you doesn't need to know that. Yeah, you have to let go, and that's the thing.
You have to know when to let go.
You can't be so attached to somebody that you're blinded by what they're doing to hurt you that it's so hard for you to like let go or whatever.
But like in a situation where you can't let go, for example, the relationship with your parents.
God no, I'm sorry for you know.
Counseling.
But you know how
Because this
parents
person
say,
is literally
bro,
a part of you.
you know how parents are. I'm the adult, you're the child. What are you telling me? Da da da.
That's
blah,
what I'm
blah,
saying.
blah.
People from that generation, like people who were born and raised in the 1960s, 70s, 80s, these people were brought up in toxic households because what they were learned, or is what they're doing to us, is learned behavior.
Yes.
Is what they're used to. So they don't see anything wrong with it. So
And then that's the thing too, bro.
Yeah.
Some parents might treat their kids a certain way, and because another parent doesn't understand it in their head, oh, the kid is spoiled, oh, the people have the manners, oh, the people this, oh, the people that. I don't know. And especially if they're providing for you, like you don't want to not have any provision. Some people are brave enough to step out on their own and make it, but some people really and truly can't do that.
And then I was going to say sometimes they can sit and talk to your parents, but not every parent
And
stays so.
every parent
Some people,
They're
some
not
of them
receptive.
some of them will see it as disrespect,
Mm-hmm.
growing out of the house.
because when they were growing
Beat
up,
it till you're sick, yo.
I feel like when they were growing up, they weren't given the
The option.
option to even say, "Mommy, I don't like that you said this to me. I felt some type of way when you did this."
Yeah.
You just have to accept it because you're my mother,
Mm-hmm.
and as your mother, I have full authority over you and
Yeah.
your emotions. I can say anything, and I don't care how you feel
That's
because I
true.
am your mother.
And parents don't say that they're sorry.
Right.
And a lot of stuff that parents do or say to you, it hinders you from pursuing relationships, friendships, or whatever. Especially if it's a case where they're always victimizing you. You constantly apologize to people even though you're not the person that's at fault. Somebody can shout at you and you'll be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I know you would literally not do nothing for the person shout at you. Them something me go deep, emotional scarring.
So do you think that some persons take up the toxic behaviors from their parents
Yes.
and take it into the real world?
We are literally the result of what we are around. Look at babies. Babies are what they see.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up in this house, and you drink, and I might hate it, but it's how I cope.
Yes.
Anyway, even though I hate it.
And
In a lot
I
of-
hate you for doing
Yes.
this, but it's like I hate me say and I hate me know. A lot of people always say, oh, I'm trying not so hard to be like I'm trying not to be like my father or whatever. He did this and he did that, but
You find
when you're
yourself
meds
doing
it,
the same
they're
thing.
doing the same thing,
Mhm.
same characteristics, everything. So, like, yeah, and just the same way how them always say, if a child grows up and sees their father hitting their mom, they're gonna think that, oh, daddy loves mommy, and this is the way that love is shown.
Mhm.
So that's
So
how they're going to
psychopaths are
try
created.
and show love to whomever they please. And then everybody can come back from them someday. You see me? And everybody's strong emotionally. And sometimes I wonder how I'm so strong emotionally. I don't know. I always think about it, but I don't know how, but I'm always grateful and give God thanks that I'm so strong emotionally. Cause I don't know why in life can break me. Might break me for not break, bend me for 2 days, but that's it.
Same sis. Probably been for like 30 minutes, so I'm good.
That's it. So I don't know, is that healthy though? Isn't that like, do you think that's healthy that is it that we're not processing our emotions properly? Or is it that we push it to the back of our head?
Or is it that you deal with it properly in those 2 days and then you bounce
I think
back?
so, probably. Yeah.
No, sir.
I feel like, for example, me, I grew up in a very emotionally open environment. I'm allowed to cry. I'm allowed to express how I feel, and so, and not many people have that. So most people are closed off. Me, no. You're gonna know when I'm upset. You're gonna know when I'm embarrassed, because I cry for all of those emotions. Yeah, and yeah. So, and I feel like if more children were exposed to that, the world would be different.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that whole thing, where you say you were exposed to expressing your emotions, that some people not get to experience that because, as in, what am I trying to say? Them not experience it, and then them will form friendships, and then the friendship, it goes into a toxic relationship, it can lead to bullying, which is also a toxic relationship, yeah. And I guess the cycle can continue because at school or in a friend group or among friends, they can actually adapt things from other friends also, not only in the household.
Yeah.
They can adapt things from other friends. So me just see it as a continuous cycle. Although some people will see it and know say this wrong and then them trying to adapt it. And everybody can do that. Some people just susceptible and then it just
keeps going.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to know who you're being friends with as well, because even like some friends they are why me can't talk? Some friends they're unable to show their emotions. So like I'm a hugger, for example, and like I have friends with no receptive to hugs, and I'm like, why is this person so weird? What wrong for hug up somebody? But their parents never hugged them, so they don't know. Their parents don't say I love you. Da da da. I'm always some family, like my family, extended family. I kind of feel that they have a problem expressing or saying that I love you. Like sometimes, like. Before now, when my mother used to call me or whatever, and she in the car she used to say love, love. She never used to say love you. She used to just say love, love, whatever. I'm like, that's so weird. And then my father is different. He always says love ya at the end of every phone call, and I'm like, cringe, yuck. Why am I do this? Why am I do this? Until I'm just like, whoa, like So like me just learn for. Accepts it. Alright, cool, it's normal to tell people that you love them after a phone call. Like, not friends or boyfriend or whatever, but parents telling kids, I love you, I'm proud of you. Them something that kind of yuck.
Yes.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
But I just something you get used to, like, over time. And I think it's good to tell the people that you love them. Because honestly, we don't know what people are going through in life. And just one simple, I love you, I'm proud of you, goes a long way. Girl, but toxic people don't know how to do that, isn't it? They only know to say I love you when they need something.
I'll focus on yourself.
Yes.
As long as them get the I love you, them not give it back.
Exactly. And I think it's also toxic to always be constantly talking about yourself. Like you don't give. You guys should watch Mary and Marie. Is it Mary and Marie? Something on Netflix. Me go make a so see.
I heard about it.
The man in the show.
I mean, I'm sure
Malcolm and
Malcolm and Marie. The man talk about himself whole time. The girl not even get 2 words in good. Can you imagine being in a friendship or a relationship where the person only always talks about themselves, or you're talking about yourself and then they make it about themselves? Me know whole heap of people stay so.
Me too.
Like, it's about me, it's not about you. Like, I'm going through this now. Oh no, tell me that I go through this.
Sometimes I'm amazed at their ability to do that. Like, me cannot talk about myself. I mean, I know you just turn it around and start talking about yourself. Like
how do you do that? Bro vibe. So it's hard to let go of a toxic relationships for real. It takes immense strength and you have to learn to be happy by yourself. Because honestly, toxic people have a buzz. Even though I don't know what I didn't tell the truth.
I mean, yeah, some people live for the kind of
toxicity,
toxicity in their life, because their life boring, so them don't do the excitement in their life.
But I never answer my question
About.
like how do you deal with toxic parents? Like how do you set?
We just so we can't talk to them, so we just have a prayer and say, God, change me.
Just pray to God and
Ask
ask Him
God
to change them.
Or if you can't speak to them.
So do you think it's okay if the children separate like from their parents?
If I let them have to do, that let them have to do.
You think it'll be okay
if your
with that?
parent,
If who?
it depends on the parent. And not like yeah, totally disregard them or whatever, but mental
I know
health
some
comes
people who plan to do that.
disregard their
You
parents.
ever see some comments on TikTok? I would never do this for my mother. When I get old, she's not getting anything from me. I'm moving far away, and like, it hurts me. Come and say
Well, we don't know what one another.
exactly. So I'm
And
saying,
then-
is it okay for them to?
If that's just how
Separate.
they have to deal with what they're dealing with.
We
But
can't
is
run
God?
them.
But is God okay with that? Like what
Me
God
don't
wants to
know.
do?
Ask him now.
Me don't know,
Me don't know what you
honestly.
ask.
Me don't
She
know.
ask me if God good. Me don't know.
I don't
Me don't know,
know.
mama. What you think?
Me don't know that's me
And she constantly asks me if God is okay. I don't know. I'm not there with him. Ask him tonight in your prayer and let me know what.
You know, so me not do that.
It's a go rough.
Nah, do I ask?
Like-
No, actually that not come in mind.
Me text you. I'm right there.
What me that I say?
But
Jesus,
stress
yeah.
out. That whole episode has stressed me. My heart to hurt. If the environment is toxic, if it's an
Hazardous?
environment, right? I don't know if I because I'm hungry and my brain moves so slow. So let's say that you're in a room, right? And there are toxic chemicals in the room. And let's say one of them breaks. Are you going to try and clean up that toxic chemical that broke, or are you going to try and get out the room before you become toxic?
You're not going to want to clean up, because if you know you can't manage that, like if it's not your area of expertise, you gotta leave.
Mm-hmm. So, just the same way how your parent toxic in the house, and you cannot, it's not an area of expertise to deal with toxic parents, and the best option for you is to just go and let off some steam, preserve you. And that's what you have to do.
Because honestly, if the parent toxic and it a drain you, you can't just stay.
Yeah.
The
And
best
of
thing after
course,
that's
we're
to
still
leave.
on our mother and father that were
Yeah.
maybe long, we're not going to disrespect them or whatever.
And as I say, if it's a case where you can't talk to them, I mean, no, you have to just leave.
Mm-hmm.
That answer your question? Okay. Any other questions? So we took to the streets and we asked a couple persons, how do you deal with a toxic relationship? Here's what they had to say.
So pretty much what I do when I'm dealing with like toxic relationships and stuff like that, as a Christian, it is always me trying to remind myself that I am actually a Christian and that, you know, I need to learn to forgive persons, and sometimes it's better, you know, not to say anything at the moment. You just kind of ignore and try to breeze off and, you know, see how would Jesus do it, to be honest. It's really hard. It is hard being a Christian overall, but it is hard when you're dealing with toxic relationship where persons don't even want to hear your side of the story or for you to explain your side, you know. So like pretty much what I do is just detach myself from everybody and just pretty much like pretty much just detach myself from people and, you know, just walk it off pretty much, to be honest. Yeah, because as a Christian I really don't want to say anything to the person or persons for them to feel as if I'm trying to disrespect them or, you know, yeah.
How do you think a person should go about leaving a toxic relationship?
Just say It's not working out. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. We've talked about this 1-3 many times, and there's no coming back. I'm done. Don't call me, don't text me, don't tell me nothing.
But is that the godly thing to do?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you see, God, Chanel, is a forgiving God, and He tries, and He can only try so much. Just like when them flood out the earth. You see me? He gave His warnings, they did not heed, or whatever word them was, they did not listen. So I'm flood it out. I did tell him, so I've been telling her that, listen, you need to get your act together. This is not a movie, this isn't box office, you can't keep acting this way. So when you've given so much, there isn't no other way than to just call it quits.
Well, if I find myself in a toxic relationship, I'll do my best to exit. I mean, if something is emotionally draining me, why would I stay in it? As a Christian, the Bible says we are to live as peaceable with men as much as it lies in our power. So, therefore, not even God is expecting us to be able to live peaceably with all men. So, I would definitely try my best to exit the relationship. I would still speak with the person. If it's necessary, I'll say hi, I'll say bye, conversations that are necessary. But I will not yield myself to a relationship that is draining me so much. No, sir.
How I deal with toxic relationship? As the word of God say, two can't walk unless they agree. So, if we can't agree, we have to part. If the relationship is toxic and it will cost you your relationship with God, it's best to sever ties. Simple.
Whether we'd like to admit it or not, I think everybody possesses a toxic trait. And instead of trying to change the toxicity of a person, I think that the best way to address toxicity in relationships is first to address your personal toxic trait. Once you have identified what this trait may be, you should pray about it. Ask God. He's able to change the vilest of sinners. Look at Paul's transformation. He was a persecutor of Christians and he became one of the greatest evangelists of all time.
Well, those are the reactions to the questions, guys. Thank you for tuning in to this episode. We love you. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the post notification bell on the side. Next week, we'll be coming back to you guys with guests, so stay tuned for that. And one more time, we love you. Bye.
We love you. Bye.
God bless you all. Goodbye.
Bye.